dust, lead clinics are still moving forward. The district announced that it would be hosting 3 lead clinics from September 16th through the 18th. Tuesday's clinic will take place at 53rd Street School from 2 to 7 p.m., while clinics at Morgandale and Elm Creative Arts Schools on Wednesday and Thursday will run from 4 to 7 p.m. Milwaukee Health Department recommends that all elementary age students be tested for lead. These tests help indicate whether a child's lead exposure falls within acceptable ranges or whether further monitoring for treatment is needed. Big jets and big fun are coming to the 128th Air Refueling Wing at Milwaukee Mitchell International for their open house this weekend. A refueling mission to Nebraska included WTMJ's Adam Roberts.
A busy afternoon for the 128th Air Refueling Wing, a KC-135 flying all the way to Nebraska to help refuel a C-17 Globemaster. The crew hard at work throughout the day, including Captain Brian Benning.
40,000 feet, sometimes it's minus 40, minus 60. Sometimes we actually have to descend into a warm air mass to keep our fuel from chilling up.
It's all ahead of the 128th's open house both Saturday and Sunday this weekend. At the 128th, Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Sports, traffic, weather, and next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News time is 6:03.
I'm Matt Dorner, CEO of Milwaukee Downtown Bid 21. Our business leaders value downtown Milwaukee.
Hi, I'm Bob Howe, Chief Financial Officer of Fiserv. We love being part of the vibrant downtown community, just blocks from Fiserv Forum, of which we're the naming rights sponsor. We're also proud to be Milwaukee's hometown payments and fintech company. Thanks, downtown Milwaukee.
Get down to business at MilwaukeeDowntown.com.
You ever hear a deal so good you think, what's the catch?
Yes, when I got a free gym membership, and the catch was I still had to go.
Well, right now, Capital is offering great financing, no catch.
No selling a kidney?
Nope, just easy financing and honest service during Capital Credit Days. Now through October 31st, air conditioners start as low as $65 a month, furnaces only $59 a month, or a complete system only $117 a month.
Capital, where you choose cool or cozy with no catch financing.
Call CapitalCares.com.
I'm Jean Nemovitz of Bruce's team. Together with my husband Bruce and our dedicated team members, Erica and Cindy, we're here to guide you through one of life's biggest transitions, moving from your longtime home to a new one. With empathy, kindness, and understanding, we'll walk with you every step of the way, making the process as smooth and stress-free as possible. Let us take you from overwhelmed to I can do this. Call us today at 262-242-6177 or visit brucesteam.com.
Hey Brewers fans, did you know you can get free tickets to an upcoming Milwaukee Brewers game if you replace all the windows in your home with Window Nation? And this month, when you buy 2 windows, Window Nation will give you 2 for free. Plus, you won't make any payments for 2 years. That's right, no interest, no monthly payments, and no down payment. Get 1-day installation with Window Nation, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. The Brewers can clinch a playoff berth this weekend against the St. Louis Cardinals. Coverage of tonight's game begins following the 6 o'clock news right here on WTMJ. And the Brewers begin the day 5.5 games ahead of the Cubs for first place in the division. And it's 2 games in 5 days and 2 wins for the Packers over the NFC Powers. Packers wide receiver Jaden Reed will miss several weeks after breaking his collarbone in Thursday night's win over the Commanders.
He'll be down for quite some time. We'll see how fast he can recover and heal. And certainly I would expect him back at some point this season.
The Packers will next take the field 1 week from Sunday in Cleveland against the Browns. All right, taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ time saver traffic on I-94 West at I-41 894 South. The right shoulder is blocked due to a crash. And that roads are starting to clear up across southeast Wisconsin. All right, time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. I expect a chance for some showers and storms that will be mostly cloudy with a low of 63 degrees. Saturday, we'll get that same chance of showers and storms with a high of 77 degrees. Sunday's looking to be a little bit warmer and sunny with a high of 76 degrees. Monday's looking to be a little bit warmer, mostly sunny with a high of 77 degrees. Tuesday's going to be mostly sunny with a high of 80, and Wednesday's going to be sunny with a high of 80 as well. Right now in Madison, it is currently 78 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 74 degrees. In Waukesha, it's 75 degrees. And right here in Milwaukee, it's 70 degrees. I'm Sean Brindup. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 6:07.
This is Brewers Warmup with Dominic Cotroneo. Your lineups, manager insights, and a preview of tonight's game right now. This is Brewers Warmup. Here's your host, Dominic Cotroneo.
All right, good to be back at home. A 6-game homestand here at American Family Field on a beautiful summer-ish night in Milwaukee. The Cardinals are in town. They were 3 games under 500 at 72 and 75. The Brewers still on the hunt for that 90th win after getting swept by the Rangers in Arlington. They are 89 and 58. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Dominic Cotroneo. This is Brewers Warmup. We'll have warm-up before each of these 3 games this weekend against the St. Louis Cardinals. And today's pitching matchup has Quinn Priester on the mound, continuing his torrid stretch for the Brewers against Andre Pallante for the Cardinals. He has had a rough go of it as of late, really the exact opposite of what Quinn Priester has been going through for the Brewers. You know, he set a franchise record, earning the win last Friday night against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now the Brewers have won each of the last 17 games that he has taken the ball. Now, some of those are following an opener. The last handful have been with him as a starter, and he's been an extremely effective starter, so much so that he has only allowed 5 earned runs going back to his start against the Cincinnati Reds on August 16th. In that stretch, his last 22 and 2/3 innings, just 5 earned runs. That's a 1.99 ERA. He has 18 strikeouts and 7 walks in that time frame for Quinn Priester. So 17 consecutive games won by the Brewers in which Priester has appeared in. The opposite is really said on the other side for Andre Pallante. Now, he had a no decision. He came back in the right track of things against the San Francisco Giants last Friday as well. He went 6 strong with a quality start. He hit 2 batters and only had 3 strikeouts. But the month of August was not kind to Pallante. 0-6, an 8.67 ERA, 40 hits in 27 innings, and 15 walks and 6 homers. The long ball has long been the issue for Andre Pallante. He's given up 20 of them this season. That's something to look out for in today's matchup. We'll talk about the lineups coming up in the next segment. We're going to the bottom of the hour here on 620 WTMJ. But the big thing right now is, of course, on the heels of getting swept, you're going to be in deep scoreboard watching season for these final 15 games. And we look to the north side. The Cubs already victorious today, 6-4 over the Tampa Bay Rays and come from behind fashion. They were down 3-0, and they came back with a 3 spot in the second, 2 more in the third, and never looked back from there. So Chicago now at 84 and 63. With a win today, the Brewers would remain 5.5 games clear of the Cubs and improve their magic number to 10 to clinch the division. However, they also have the Philadelphia Phillies nipping on their heels for the best record in baseball. The Phillies are back by 2 games of the Brewers. Granted, Milwaukee has the tiebreaker on Philly. And right now, Philly is at home for the Kansas City Royals, and it's already 1-0 Royals thanks to an RBI single from Maikel Garcia. Think about him for your fantasy teams next season. Maikel drives in Bobby Witt Jr., but they're only in the first inning there at the bank. So the Brewers will be doing plenty of scoreboard watching later tonight as well, because there is still a scenario for them to clinch a postseason berth tonight. It's the same of what we've been dealing with the last couple of nights, and some West Coast games to keep an eye out on as well. Number one, the Giants beating the Dodgers would do that. That game doesn't start until 9:15 this evening. The other game is the Reds also losing. The Reds would be playing the A's in West Sacramento. So those are the games that we'll be keeping an eye on during Brewers extra innings later tonight. If the playoffs started today, things haven't changed yet. The Brewers are still the 1 seed, and they would be waiting for the winner between the Cubs and the Padres in a 3-game set at Wrigley. However, as things begin today, the Mets in free fall. They've lost 6 straight. They've lost 9 of their last 13. The Mets are struggling. They are only a game and a half clear of both the Reds and the Giants. Now, keep in mind, when it comes to tiebreakers here at the end of the year, if you want to remember how it all looks out, the Mets have a couple of key tiebreakers. Number one, the Mets have it over the San Francisco Giants. This season, they went 4-2 against the Giants. And the Mets also have it over the Cincinnati Reds, if I'm not mistaken. No, I am mistaken. I beg your pardon. That one goes to the Reds because they won that series last week in the Natty. So keep in mind, they have it on San Francisco, the Mets do, if they end up tied with the same record. They do not have it on Cincinnati. And know who comes here to Milwaukee, the final series of the year? The Redlegs, Cincinnati. However, with all of this chaos happening around the Brewers, Pat Murphy went on I want to call it a rant, but just a speech, a soliloquy, a little bit of a soapbox, talking about winning tonight and how you can't be distracted by everything else that's happening this deep into the season.
You've come too far. You've come too far to worry about what anybody else is doing or who's next week or the week after. You've come too far by playing win tonight. It's been win tonight every time. Now, are we being very mindful of health? Yes. But it's win tonight. And the reason people didn't predict we were going to be any good, people all predicted we were going to be 500 or under. The reason people predicted that is because we're way better, and we've proven we're way better as a team. Playing as a team, playing together, acquiring bases, winning the moment, winning the pitch. We're way better like that. We're not built like some of these championship teams are built. And again, I can mention budget if you want to, but that oftentimes indicates superstar players. We're not built like the Phillies. We're not built like the Mets. We're not built even like the Cubs. We're not built like that. We're built with a bunch of guys that want to go out and play with that win tonight attitude. So we can't do anything different. And when we start looking ahead or planning or coasting, we have an uphill battle. We have every team on our schedule can beat us.
He would go on for another 90 seconds continuing to talk about the adversity and what the Brewers have gone through. And it was really just sort of the speech that we've heard a handful of times, but I think he was really speaking to Ken Rosenthal, who was in the building today doing some prep work for the Fox national telecast tomorrow. So Murph was very passionate about what his team needs to do in these final 15 games. Take care of business, and they can be the 1 seed. So let's talk about that starting lineup. A couple of changes to it. We'll break it down coming up next on 620 WTMJ.
This Saturday, only enjoy 2 prime rib and garlic cream stuffed shrimp dinners for just $66.99 at the award-winning Fox & Hound Supper Club near Holy Hill. Going to be a special one. Desserts are buy one, get one free. Call and reserve today. Check it out. The famous Fox & Hounds.
Fall in Milwaukee, where the air is crisp, the drinks are cold, and the good times are just heating up. Stroll Milwaukee's lakefront and explore its parks as they burst into a kaleidoscope of golds, ambers, and reds. Raise a glass at a beer garden that feels like a neighborhood block party, Milwaukee style. And just as the temps fall, Brewers baseball is turning up the heat. October dreams are made right here. This season, every color, every cheer, every sip, it all comes together in Milwaukee. Craft your perfect getaway at visitmilwaukee.org.
Save big money on all of your outdoor projects at Menards. Whether you're installing a patio, walkway, or building a retaining wall, Menards has the largest in-stock selection of beautiful concrete landscape block at the best prices. Plus, our free, easy-to-use design program helps you bring your ideas to life. Visit us in-store or on menards.com to see our full selection of landscape blocks and get your outdoor project started today.
Save big money at Menards.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Now, more of Brewers Warmup on WTMJ.
All right, a little bit of a new look lineup today for the Brewers as they get ready for the first of three with the St. Louis Cardinals. Back-to-back weekends against the Redbirds. Here, 7 o'clock tonight, 7:10 I should be specific. Then it'll be 7:15 tomorrow, odd time because of the Fox National broadcast, 7:15 tomorrow. And then back to the normal 1:10 on Sunday. Then the Brewers will go to St. Louis next weekend. Maybe they'll be popping champagne down there. Let's get to the starting lineups first for the home team, Milwaukee Brewers. Sal Frelick will lead things off today. If you've been listening to the show this past week, we've been asking, let's see that try again. He's in right. Jackson Chourio hits second. He's in center. That doesn't sound very new. Terang's hitting third. Bryce is playing second. Then it's William Contreras as the cleanup hitter. He's the catcher. And then it's Christian Yelich. Yelich hitting fifth for the first time in a while. Yelich is DHing. Isaac Collins hits sixth. He will play left field. Jake Bauers is over at first base. He is batting seventh. Caleb Durbin, he'll be at third base. And noted Bears fan Caleb Durbin having a good time at Lambeau Field last night. And then Joey Ortiz batting ninth. He is the shortstop rounding out the order for the Crew. Once again, Frelick, Chourio, Terang is the top third. The middle third is Contreras, Yelich, Collins, and the bottom third is Bauers, Durbin, and Ortiz. Specifically on the lineup construction and on Frelick versus Terang as to who gets the leadoff spot, Pat Murphy offered an explanation.
I think Sal's at his best. He's been a little bit cold lately, but he's at his best when he's looking to get on base. You know, sometimes when you're hitting with guys in scoring position all the time, or you're hitting in the middle of the order, you're not as cognizant of it. When you're the leadoff hitter, you realize, hey, to set the tone here, I've got to get on base. And that's kind of what our offense has been built on, is acquiring bases. You know, we've hit with a lot more power lately, so all of a sudden, the Brewers' power surges. Home runs are thrown. We're capable of hitting them like anyone else that's a big league player, but our game is, acquire bases.
Get bases, get an extra 90, meet the game halfway, all the things that you've heard Pat Murphy say all season long. And just to reiterate the numbers, Sal Frelick is a tremendous leadoff hitter. And when he is, specifically batting with nobody on base, he's one of the best in the game at on-base percentage at .365 when there's nobody on base. You pair that with giving Terang hopefully more opportunities with runners in scoring position, because he has the second best batting average in baseball with runners in scoring position. Coming into tonight, he's hitting .368. That only trails Bo Bichette. Again, .368 with runners in scoring position. His OPS is .937 in such situations as well. So he has been very effective in those chances to drive in runs, and him batting third today helps him get a few more opportunities. But also you may notice the Brewers go lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, switch hitter, lefty. So they're alternating the lefties. What gives for that reasoning?
We were going 1-4-7 with our lefties. That way, anytime you bring in a lefty to face one of our guys, you're only going to get one for sure, right? So you'd have to face two righties every time you brought in one lefty. So that's for bullpens with multiple lefty arms in leverage. Now, these guys have two lefty arms. One just used at the end of the game, and then one could be, now he's activated today, he can be used in the middle, but I wanted to get, when you go 1-4-7, whoever hits seventh, whether it was Terang or Frelick, they don't get that extra AB usually, and they're too good of hitters right now not to give them that extra AB. And sometimes when you force the other team's hand to bring in a reliever, sometimes you're doing yourself a favor in other areas. So I decided to go right, left, and but it's not too different than what we started the season with. Just we were doing 1-3-5 then with our lefties, but a different order.
So part of that reasoning is John King, one of the lefties for the Cardinals. He doesn't really pitch in leverage situations. Jojo Romero, he's getting saves. He's been tremendous for them. He gets both sides out, whether it's lefties or righties. So it's not like Jojo Romero is going to come in the seventh inning in a matchup situation. So that's where he felt comfortable going with the alternating lefties in today's lineup. As for the Cardinals, real quick, they made a quick update to their lineup today, actually. Mason Wynn was just scratched again. He's been dealing with back issues lately. So here's their lineup. Brendan Donovan leads off at second. Ivan Herrera DHing today and batting second. Alec Burleson will play left field, and he'll hit third. Old friend Wilson Contreras, that's sarcasm. Wilson is playing first base, but I think everything is squashed there. Batting fifth is Lars Nootbaar in center. Thomas Sagasi will play short in lieu of Mason Wynn's injury. He'll bat sixth. Nolan Gorman, the third baseman, in place for injured Nolan Arenado. Batting eighth, Jordan Walker in right. And rounding out the order is Jimmy Crooks, the catcher for the Cardinals. Take a quick lap at the out-of-town scoreboard and give you an update on what the Brewers hope to do in their rotation for the next homestand. We'll explain on the other side of the break on 620 WTMJ.
A cancer diagnosis shouldn't mean we can't make plans. It shouldn't mean living without joy or optimism. Cancer shouldn't be calling the shots. At the Fredert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Cancer Network, we're pushing to put cancer in its place by pulling together teams of leading specialists and researchers who work tirelessly for breakthroughs, who are developing innovative ways to treat every cancer, to treat your cancer. And by providing the largest cancer clinical trials treatment program in Wisconsin, so there are more treatment options and more reasons to be hopeful. So let's keep innovating. Let's keep discovering. Let's push to make every cancer diagnosis a story of survivorship and bring back the lightness of life that cancer takes away. To learn more about breakthrough cancer care, visit fredert.com/cancer.
Brake issues, electrical issues, four-wheel drive issues, exhaust issues, and even my car just won't start issues.
You name it, we fixed it.
So the next time you're due for service, drive it on into Richlands and let our ASE certified technicians get you fixed up and safely back on the road.
Nothing warms my heart more than seeing our customers drive out of here with big old smiles on their faces. And all the credit goes to our staff, the most friendly, honest, hard-working, knowledgeable people in the business.
5 conveniently located facilities, all AAA approved,
and all staffed by ASE certified technicians ready to provide you with top-notch service.
And after your vehicle's been serviced, drop us a Google review and let us know how we did.
Because a Google review from you goes a long way. I'm Brett Matchke with Richlands. You're due for service.
Richlands Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richlands.
Back to Brewers Warm-Up on WTMJ.
Final segment of Brewers Warm-Up. Then we'll have the news, and then a break, and then it'll be the on-deck show built by Menards. Lane Grindle and Josh Mauer on the call tonight here on WTMJ. The Brewers made a little switcheroo in their rotation coming up this week. Now, instead of the Miz going on Sunday, he's going to go tomorrow, Saturday. So that will be giving him on that 6th day of work. And then they flip Jose Quintana to give him an extra day off. So Quinn Priester tonight, Jacob Mizorowski tomorrow, Jose Quintana on Sunday. No Brandon Woodruff. What gives? Well, with the off day Monday, you can then use Freddie Peralta on Tuesday with an extra day of rest since he pitched on Wednesday. So that will be on the 6th day for him. And then Brandon Woodruff, he gets 9 days. What gives? Well, we just want to give him rest. Well, me with my tinfoil hat on, we've been trying to predict this for the last week or so about what the Brewers are going to do with their rotation. The one thing that we think about, and remember, Chad Patrick is still on this club. And Trevor McGill is not going to be imminently optioned. He's going to throw at least one more bullpen. Pat Murphy revealed today that he wasn't quite recovering like they had hoped. So they're going to give it a little bit more time for him. Perhaps he gets activated next weekend in St. Louis, maybe a little bit later than that. But the point being is that they can afford to carry Chad Patrick for a little while longer. They can afford to carry an extra starter. They have Tobias Myers who can give length in the bullpen. They have Aaron Ashby who can give length in the bullpen. So, with Freddie going Tuesday, Woodruff going Wednesday, Priester going again on Thursday, if you map it all out and to say Miz goes next Friday against these Cardinals, let's say Quintana then goes Saturday, and you keep Chad Patrick to go one more time on Sunday, then you've set up your rotation to be Freddie, Woodruff, Priester, not only for the Padres, but also for a potential NLDS. So that's just a little bit of food for thought. We'll see how it actually shakes out in these final 15 games. Quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Again, the Cubs have already won today, 6-4 over the Rays, but the Phillies have tied things up in the second inning. An RBI from backup catcher Rafael Marchand. No JT Realmuto today against the Royals, and it's already 1-1 in the top of the third inning. Aaron Judge hit his 47th of the year today as well. Judge just went yard over the monster against the Red Sox. Big series at Fenway for the American League wild card standings. The Yankees are atop by a half game over the Red Sox. And these two teams have a lot on the line, given it has been a house of horrors for the Yankees at Fenway this season. Boston has already claimed the tiebreaker, but the Yankees enter tonight still ahead in the standings. So if the Yankees and Red Sox end up tied, that becomes a 3-game set at Fenway for a wild card matchup, whereas vice versa, if they end up with Boston or with the Yankees on top by a game, then they get to host the Red Sox. The Astros holding on for dear life. They are in a tie for the AL West with the Mariners. They are both 79 and 68. So we'll be keeping an eye on those games later this evening. Up next, it's the news, then the On Deck Show. Our producer is Matt Yazel. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Now back to our breaking news center. Here's Sean Brinda.
Thanks, Dom. The death of Charlie Kirk's has seen a rise in political violence and school shootings has been overwhelming for many this past week. Professional counselor Megan Anderson tells